Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right, because P. Diddy be wanting to party. All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. T.G. Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
So Cat Williams said it. The lawsuit started coming out right after he said it, and he said all would be exposed. He heavily implied, and this is again an allegation, that Lucien Grange was having some sort of a homosexual relationship with Diddy. So he is the person that controls Diddy, that Lucien Grange was aware of these parties, that Universal Music Group was aware of these parties. Essentially, that Diddy is the thug and the gangster working on behalf of Lucien Grange.
Let's roll.
Podcast YouTube episodes with 90 plus million and counting.
I knew that I could make the most out of the opportunity, and that if I did it correctly, based upon the research that I had done on what makes the algorithm work, I had determined that you had to do this particular thing 17 times consecutively, and it will require every time the person watching went, "That's not true." Right. It would have to mean that they would pause it and then go check real quick and then come back. It required a lot, but it was written.
Dude, already when I pulled this snippet from it, he already is giving so much game on how to keep people locked in interviews and to go viral. And if you don't know, Shannon Sharpe's interview with Cat Williams, I think that thing was insane. Like, I think it was like 90 million or 91 million views. It's like the top viewed interview on YouTube in YouTube history. Sick. But I guess when you start calling people out and you start saying a bunch of, this is what happens, right? You call them out and people are going to jump away from the screen, because I was doing the exact same thing. So when he was dropping this in the interview, I'm sitting back like, dang, I did exactly that. I had to pause it, say, hold on, let me find out if what he said is right. Yo, this dude, he's a special, unique type of guy. When I say unique, I mean like, one thing I get when I listen to Cat Williams, when I watch him, not even as a comedian, but just in these interviews, he drops not just a bunch of gems, but he has like this low-key, modern, prophetic type of flow. And it's almost like, yeah, I know, but do you know about this? Or do you know about that? Well, this and this happens. And he's always throwing things out that they come to fruition down the line. A lot of people, see, here's the reason why I say a lot of people believe you have to be this religious, Christian, perfect, doing all these. God is not looking for perfect people. He's looking for people who's humble in heart to listen to him and to accept what he did. And I really feel like Cat Williams sees himself as a son of God. And dude, that's all that matters, right? That's all, because God sees him as one.
To do the maximum amount of damage possible, and then it was scaled back, and the knockout punches were taken out, just leaving the jabs, so that whoever I talked about, I didn't completely blow their spot up, but I did pull their coattail. Because when you think about it, like, they're not going to believe that you're the mafia don unless you go in the room, take out all 5 families at once, and walk out, and then walk around unscathed afterwards. Like, that's really the only way anybody would believe it. Otherwise, it is.
And so what we saw, those were the jabs.
Yeah.
Hey man, you know what's wild about that shit? I had like nothing with you, no beef, no nothing. I watched that motherfucker and I was like, shit. I'm sitting up here like, man, did he get in contact with my ex or what the fuck? You know, like I think a lot of people, Cat, was on, and I don't, you know, I mean, I go home to my wife, all kind of shit, but I'm like, everybody was watching that shit like, what's next? And the crazy shit about it too, Cat, I don't know if you didn't have a tour. You're always doing something, but there was no promotion. Like even when I went to your social media, right? Usually when somebody break the internet or somebody got all these views,
Right.
they got clips on their pages. They got some agenda like, yeah, come check me out. Y'all didn't see nothing. Wait till you come and see such and such tour. I went to your page, Cat. It was nothing.
And that's the weird thing. He doesn't promote on social media like some of these other guys promote on social media. I mean, you go to, I haven't been to Chappelle's, but you go to like Corey Holcomb, you go to some of these other comedians, like they'll be on their page and they're always promoting. And that's cool. But it's something about when other people promote for you and you never even have to open your mouth. That's the type of thing I see with Cat Williams. It's almost this word of mouth that kind of flows and he's like crazy.
I see how that's gonna be clipped. That was just as good as Shannon's.
shit,
Come on, man.
I didn't
When
even
you
catch
went,
it.
what? Did he what? I wasn't asking you about that. I didn't ask you about a file.
Come on, Cat.
Come on. Yeah. So one of the jokes that I discussed on the tour is the fact that they would have these parties in the Hollywood Hills, you know, and then they would have a parking lot where they would shuttle people up. So everybody would meet in this parking lot, and they would send shuttles down to, you know, Diddy's parties. And so I wasn't ever invited to the parties, but I was invited to the parking lot because I knew the people that ran the shuttle service. You knew them too, as it turned out. But yeah, I would go to the parking lot and I would watch them all go up there. And, you know, they would be thinking I'm coming later. I would just be on the car having a grand old time, smoking and laughing and watching everybody who's going. And yeah, so you can't tell me what goes on because 5 hours later, I'm still in the parking lot when they come down. And, you know, just to see all them big time Hollywood men that I just watched go up there, they all come down off the shuttle and looking sad in the eyes, and all of them wearing Sean John and looking oily, and they all walk crazy like this, and their shoelaces were always untied. I don't know why. Their shoelaces were always untied. And then they would get in their car and they would drive off standing up, big boy, with their head out there. All of them. And I couldn't believe it. But one of the highlights of my Hollywood career, you know. But you can't tell me, because I was there to see on both ends.
Hey, man, you know what's wild about that?
Homeboy said he sat in the parking lot watching jokers go up and then come back down. I don't know sometimes if Cat Williams is just playing or if he's for real. Some people say he's playing. Nah, he's lying. And he knew after he dropped what he dropped and the way that he dropped it, with the Shannon Sharpe interview, everybody was going to want to be on there to clear their name, to make their point. Now, was he sitting down in the interview? I could see a Cat Williams sitting down in not an interview, in a parking lot and watching them drive up there and then watching them come back down. And yo, I'm telling you, if you invite Cat to a party, shoot, he gonna tell on you, yo. He gonna tell on you big time. Cat Williams is going to tell on you big time. And the crazy part about it, he don't even put like the last part. He spoke everybody's name, called them out. Ain't not one person came out on Cat or did like this real crazy video coming at him. They don't like him. And he even said in this interview, man, does he think about his safety? Yeah, he said, but that's it. I mean, if you say stuff that's controversial and people don't like, you got to think about it, because you always got a Looney Tune out there that doesn't like what you got to say. And we live in a free country. Damn. Let the dude say what he got to say. And that's what I don't like about the things we deal with right now in this climate. It's just crazy, bro. It's really crazy.